Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Ralph.
I'm Matt.
I'm Grandpa.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Kelly.
And we're some of the Veggie boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. Currently, we are working in the greenhouse this morning, and right now we're focusing on some transplanting. We've got some red spikes that we're transplanting from our plugs into our 4.5-inch pots. These spikes are a big deal around here. They are used for many different types of pots, and a lot of people will pick them up themselves just to add a little height to their garden or their flower pots at home. We've got quite a few jobs that we're working on this morning. We've got pots that need to be filled, we've got plants that need to be transplanted, and we've also got hanging baskets that need to be put up. Rather quickly, this greenhouse has been filling up, and that's always kind of crazy to me. We're just in March now, and it feels like the greenhouse is over halfway filled. But don't worry, I don't forget, from year to year, there's plenty more that we can squeeze into this building. Now, for those of you that are new here, this piece of equipment behind us is one of the most important tools that we have in our greenhouse. This is called a pot filling machine or a dirt mixing machine. We've affectionately called it the Cookie Monster because of its wonderful blue color and this neato little sticker that happens to be here, but besides the point. What this allows us to do is put raw material into the machine. It will mix it up, we can add water, and then we get a nice, loose, aerated soil that is perfect for root development. These plants take to it like a fish to water. It also helps because years ago we had to break up all this soil by hand. So we would break open the bales, we put it into wheelbarrows, we'd use shovels and water and try and get it to a nice consistency. But now with this machine, that takes all the hard work out. We can eyeball it, we can feel as to what we need in the soil, whether we need a higher moisture content in the soil or lower moisture. This machine allows us to do that. And probably the biggest area that it's helped us has been with our backs and our arms. These bags of compressed soil, they are quite heavy, and having to lift them up, drop them, lift them up, drop them to break up the soil, it was a lot. By the end of the day, we were pretty sore. However, with this machine, you cut the bales in half and you put half a bale in at a time. It breaks it up really nice, and we have nothing to worry about. The great thing is that this machine will hold about a bale and a half. So once we get to that point, we can just start adding bales at a time. Isn't that nice? It just breaks the soil up for us. We don't have to lift up any heavy bags over and over again. We're gonna get a perfect soil for what we need. It's beautiful. We purchased this machine a few years ago, and ever since then, it has been one of our favorites. You've seen what all us boys are doing in the greenhouse today. We've got Aunt Rhonda and Aunt Bonnie all the way down there. They are still working on planting geraniums or transplanting geraniums. And then we've got Grammy right here working on some begonias. How's everything going today, Grammy?
Good.
All right, look at that. She's got herself a little spot picked out here, and
nice
she's just gonna be planting.
Nice
it is
and warm in here.
It is beautiful. I will say it's beautiful in here, but it's also beautiful outside. The high temperature today is gonna be up into the 60s, which that's like being on vacation. So we've just had to move a few things around so that we could hang up some baskets here. Not only hang up the baskets, but move these tables down into place. There's a lot of space that we're not utilizing right now because we've had tables stacked up and moved. But we try and utilize every inch of this greenhouse, so shortly we're gonna be moving those tables down, and that's why we needed to move the pot filling machine out of the way. So our next job is gonna be planting ivy geraniums, but we're not gonna be planting these into our little 4.5-inch pots. We're actually gonna be putting them into our hanging baskets. So we've got a few of our green hanging baskets that we're gonna be doing, and also some white hanging baskets.
We only have one tray.
Of each, yeah, no, I know.
No, he's talking about Trey.
He's talking about Uncle Trey.
We don't want more than one tray.
Working on the farm can be stressful in some situations. A lot of that is due to everything being under a time constraint. You have to get this job done fast because you need to move on to the next job. You have to get this job done fast because, well, you can only do it for so long or it's gonna be too late in the season. When you're in the greenhouse, that is kind of the same thing you're dealing with. You're trying to get everything done. However, because this is like the first job involving plants and involving planting, I think everybody enjoys it in the beginning. It can get a little hectic in the end. However, everybody enjoys it in the beginning and everybody kind of just takes their time. That's the nice thing. Everybody can just take their time and enjoy themselves efficiently. Yes, we're not lollygagging in here. We got work to do.
That's what I've been telling you, Andrew.
So now that we've got all these hanging baskets planted, before we hang them up, we want to water them, which we just did, and then we put on a time-release fertilizer. We water them first because the plants are new and when they just get transplanted, so if you do the time-release fertilizer, then water them, they might get too much fertilizer to start. So we want to let them get a little bit established first before we start hitting them with too much fertilizer. And then after this, we're gonna get hangers put on them, them tagged, and then get them hung up. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. If we just added the time-release fertilizer and then watered, we'd essentially burn the roots up. And that's not what you want to do because that's gonna stunt the growth of these plants. So we like to water first and then add the time-release fertilizer. The next time these baskets are watered, it's gonna be with drip irrigation, and that won't allow it to be so concentrated that it would burn the roots up.
Daniel, we got a big problem. We're running out of pots.
I'm sorry, I'm working on it. Why does he yell at me?
I don't know, maybe because you're too slow.
I think he's the slow one.
Maybe sometimes.
Now, Bonnie, people are gonna be asking, why are you taking all the leaves off of the plants?
You have to take all the dead stuff off and all the flowers, all the buds, because by taking them off, it'll make the plants grow better.
Look at that, Bonnie, she's a professional. She knows her stuff. I mean, she did work with geraniums for how many years? What was it, like 40?
32.
32 years, wow. You see the process she's working on? Peeling off all those dead leaves, encouraging the plant to branch out and grow more. She's had to do that for these few plants that she's got here and for everything else that she's planted so far. So it's been a lot. 10:30.
Oh, that's it? Jeez Louise, we started early. Yeah, I got it. See?
You know, Ralph, there's not too many opportunities we get to plant together. This is pretty nice.
Yup.
This is like a bonding moment.
Yeah, it is.
I think I need to give you a hug.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. You want me to get the stick to lift these up?
No, I'm fine. I can stand far enough out.
Okay, these are all the same things, right?
Yeah, they're all, well, they're made in different colors, but they're all the same.
Oh no! That was close, Ralph! We've been moving along pretty good here, but I am starting to get thirsty, so I'm gonna run up to the farm market and get something to drink. Something I wanted to show you outside. I got no sweatshirt on. It's that beautiful. It feels so nice out. And one more thing I had to show you is Dad is out here. And Dad, what are you working on?
Cleaning up some of the old perennials, and we're gonna start planting the new ones.
You may have seen out here in front of the farm market, we have a few of these pots. Well, these pots may not look nice now, but in a few weeks, they're really gonna start sprouting up and looking beautiful. So to help them out and to make them a little more desirable to purchase, we're gonna get all this trash that's on top cleaned up. It's not too difficult. You just come over with your fingers and you pull it out like that, and then it starts to look really nice. And we just have to go through and do that with every single one of the pots. So Dad's gonna get started on that. I'm running up to get a drink, and then I'll be back down to help him. This is what we're trying to get to. See, we got the lilies coming up there. Gorgeous. You know, I like these flowers, Dad. Not just because of the name. I like the name Lily, but these are also beautiful flowers nonetheless. Do you know why I like the name Lily?
Didn't you name your daughter Lily?
Yes, I did, but I spelled it differently because I like to be extra.
My name's spelled differently too.
So you can understand.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, my name's Brian, and it's spelled B-R-Y-A-N. My mother said she didn't put an I in there because it was too close to brain.
What's that supposed to mean?
I have no idea.
We've been making some good progress out here. We've just about got this area all cleaned up, and all the pots that have been there, we got all the trash pulled off the top. They look a lot nicer, and we were able to come through with our time release fertilizer. So now these just have to wait a little bit longer, get a little more growth, and then they'll be ready to sell. What's nice about these perennials is that if you don't sell them, you can always wait till next year. They winter over really, really nice. So that's something we're happy about. I wanted to peek inside and see how far the boys have gotten. They've made quite a bit of progress. Now, another thing I want to mention is if you look way up to the top of the greenhouse, you can see we've got a lot of hanging baskets up above that too. Those are hanging tomato baskets. They are very popular, very prized, yes. And they stay up there unbothered. Nobody bothers them for quite some time. And in a few weeks, we'll start to see plants coming down over the side, and in a few more weeks after that, ooh, we'll be selling them. The tomato hanging baskets are popular, aren't they, Matt?
Yes, they are.
Last year we did one line of them and we sold out. This year we went big. We did 2 lines.
Wowzers, that's a lot of tomatoes. Hey, while you're here, can you please like the video?
We had Matthew walking around on the table, but then we had to switch to Daniel for safety reasons.
The table's safe.
There we go. That's what we call utilizing all of our space that we have available. We didn't do this in the beginning because we needed to hang up baskets still, and it's kind of difficult to do that when you have plants in the way. But now it's looking really nice along here. We're utilizing up all of our space. And this is where these pots will stay until they get sold, which will be sooner rather than later. You can believe that. Now, an interesting fact about these greenhouses is that they regulate temperature very well. On a sunnier day, it'll heat up the greenhouse and you'll use less energy trying to heat it. But these tubes are nice because if it's too hot or too cold, we can distribute the warm and cold air throughout the entire greenhouse. So it's a little colder, we turn the heaters on, and then the hot air blows down the tubes and heats up the entire greenhouse. It also works if it's a little too hot in here, which will happen as the sun starts to come out and we get into the later spring months. These tubes can open up and blow cool air through the greenhouse, regulating the temperatures and keeping everything healthy. Because believe it or not, it can get too hot for these plants, and if it gets too hot for these plants, it's gonna stress them out and they're not gonna grow nice, which is something we do not want to deal with. We're transplanting some perennials that we had recently got in. We have to fill up all our reserves from last year. We sell quite a few perennials here on the farm. What's nice about the perennials is we tend to sell them throughout the entire year. So there's like a season for when we have the spring, summer annuals, but it seems like perennials are an all year thing, which is nice because it adds a little boost to the income all year long. We've made a lot of progress inside the greenhouse and outside of it. This is looking really good. We're gonna try and get our wagon filled up all the way, but we're still waiting on some perennials to show up. So our hands are tied till they all get here. Alrighty, it is lunchtime here on the farm. Let's see what we are having. Ooh, it looks like we are having burgers. We got some sausage here and hamburgers. Both are gonna be delicious. Well, that was a fun morning, but sadly I do have to head home. Lauren needs my help. So, I mean, we had a great morning. There's not too much left to do in the greenhouses today. We got an early start so that we could get a lot accomplished. But what's nice about farming is that I will be back tomorrow to work in the greenhouses again. Oh, that's so much fun. I love farming. I made my way home and look who I found, the beautiful Lauren. How are you feeling today?
Feeling all right.
How's the recovery going?
It's a process, but we're getting there.
We're getting there. And how are the babies doing?
They're doing great.
We'll go find out. Oh, look over here. We got the whole family hanging out. We got Callie. Say hi, Callie.
Hi, Callie.
Yeah, okay, that works. And then we got right here, we got our little Lily. She is growing so much. And then over here we got Ronnie sleeping on Nana. Look at that. Beautiful. Hello. Hello. Oh, yeah, you hear Daddy? I'm here. All right, everyone, I am finishing up dinner right now. I've got some potatoes in the air fryer. We got some broccoli cooking up. I just got finished cooking up some steaks. Everything looks really, really good. Since we're getting ready to sit down and eat though, I think this is where we're gonna end the video today, but before we end the video, we gotta check on the babies one more time. See, let's see. Oh, they're laying together. How cute. I don't know about you, but that looked super cute. So since we saw the babies, since we're getting ready to eat dinner, that means this is where we're gonna end the video. If you have not already, make sure you are subscribed. We post videos like this all the time. You wanna keep up with us, that's the best way to do it. Also, if you haven't liked the video already, you can like the video now. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.